Hello and welcome. I am Jess Catmans with Guided by Equus, and I'm here with some of my herd to bring you the HorseWisdom forecast for the week of May 20th. Just taking a deep breath and kind of tuning into the space of the horses. There's been a lot shifting and moving this week, and yet nothing really has come out of it. I'm still waiting on our last foal to arrive. And yet, even with everything that's kind of happening right now, it's like things just keep moving and turning and clearing to make way for what is coming. And I know that this seems to be almost an endless talk about what is coming. And yet as I stand here, Desi is blinking and just acknowledging this a lot. And so is baby Ishil, just standing here focused and blinking a lot. And that creating space actually is what we need to do in order to clear out old belief systems and old ways of adaptation, is the words that are coming, in how we've adapted to things in our life that maybe don't really suit who we are anymore. And I'm just witnessing Daisy and Percy on the other side of me. They were kind of head to tail, another shifting. And it's like nothing ever remains the same, even but for a moment right now. So they were head to tail and just really acknowledging and supporting each other. And then Desi came and shifted it all, creating space. So it's like as soon as we find something or a piece or a part of ourself, things shift again. And that's what it's kind of been with this herd, is almost in a sense quite a bit of soul recovery for myself as well as these horses. And so what I mean by that is that there's been a lot of past herd members that have kind of come and been what has created the energy and the space of this herd. And Baby Magic is licking and chewing on that. But if we continue to hold on, like for myself, by continuing to hold on to the old herd members, I can't allow the new to come in and arrive. And so by letting go of the old, and the letting go process is definitely more difficult done than said, because you have to move through those emotions of a sense of loss, even if it is something that isn't serving or suiting you anymore. There's still that sense of loss of a way of being, and almost a loss in that you let go of a piece of you that wasn't, you let go of a piece of you that was authentic to be able to adapt to somebody else's way in the past. And now it's like we're recognizing that those aren't our ways anymore, and those aren't our beliefs, and that's not how we want to live. And the word approach is coming, and so we begin to approach that from almost a new paradigm, I guess. But in order to be able to shift and see that from a new perspective, we have to let go and create that space in our life for those new and maybe more authentic ways of being to come into play. And baby Ishil's here grounding that. And that's another big piece too, is the whole grounding thing, that we can't do it way up in our heads, and we can't do it, we can do it in the etheric and energetic realms, but it has to be grounded in. If it wants to actually become a way of being in our life that is truly ours and how we respond to life, then we have to ground it in through our body. And that's the only way that we can do this. And something that is really interesting is Daisy's story. Daisy, the mare, I'm still waiting for her baby to arrive. She was very flighty and very kind of all over the place and very etherical. But in the last few months, knowing that her baby is arriving, she's actually become very grounded in her own body, because you can't physically birth something into the world without going through a huge amount of trauma if you're not grounded. And so we can relate that to many women and their own birthing process. And I say that, and yet I recognize the truth in it, and that's why I'm sharing it. Because animals know what they need to do in order to, I'll say, survive and thrive. And really it's that grounding into this physical world, grounding our energy into this physical world in order to do something like bring new life in. And so it feels like there's much to this story that's coming through for the remainder of this week. Between what feels like Daisy's baby that is getting ready to arrive and my own 40th birthday, that it's almost a reuniting of many pieces of a puzzle that were kind of broken apart long ago. And that all begins with shifting those spaces and kind of breaking up old patterns to allow for that integration of what is to arrive. So much love to you guys from myself and the herd, and I look forward to sharing whatever has occurred this week and as we move into next week with the Horse Wisdom Energy Forecast. Thank you. And one last piece with this is that this change and this shift is really connecting us to our voice, the one that we lost when we gave away our power to have to live through somebody else's idea or way of being. And we're claiming that back now. And so to just take a deep breath, because I'm feeling it right now in my chest, but there's a lot of shifting of the throat chakra and the heart, because it's our ability to express what's in our heart that allows us to really be in alignment with who we are. And Baby Magic came up and was kind of nudging me, almost like there's more to offer. And I don't know, him and Ichel are back there, but connecting with each other in a way that is very nurturing, playful, and recognizing that they're both here for a reason, and they don't have to instill in the other who they are. They can just be who they are. And so that really connects back to our voice and our ability to share what we know to be true for us, even if we didn't know it, even if we knew it before but couldn't express it. There's that sense that it is our right and belongs to us, that we're able to offer it outside to others now. So with that, just take a deep breath, and I can feel my feet really on the ground now. And it's like there's this almost like a connection happening between our solar plexus and our throat and our heart. So it's like voice, heart, power, and just allow that to kind of permeate through you, and whatever you need that will help you understand what that means for you in your life right now. Just put your hands over your heart to acknowledge that connection and let it show you what is true for you. And so with that, everybody's kind of settled facing west, which is kind of growing into the maturity of who we are. So much love from myself and the horses, and I will share more with you guys next week.